She said no. They deadass had sex. I was like, damn. It took that to find out that they had sex to really hurt me here, and that hit different because like just the day before she told me when we get back to school next week we were gonna start dating. To the Overthinker, I'm your host Cedric Turner. I'm with Samuel Murphy, Ed Jackson, and Bishop Fields. Let me explain for a quick second why it's called the Overthinker. I feel like nowadays, like, I consider myself as an overthinker, as a person that thinks too much into things. And I feel the name fits as the people I'm going to bring onto the show. I feel like they're the type of people who think in the same mindset level I am, or on a level higher than me. So I feel like calling it the Overthinker actually works better. Is there any questions about the name of the Overthinker?
No, Jake, you good.
All right. Okay. So how do y'all feel about the YouTube versus TikTok fight, actually?
That shit is for money to me. To me, it's just a good way for them to make money. Like, and so? people buy into that shit too, man. Like, that's all it is. It's probably fake, and they're probably just trying to make money. Like, that's my opinion.
It didn't look fake though. Like, what you call it? Maybe some of it, like the Bryce Hall versus Austin, maybe it could be fake.
I mean, actually, like I have a clip of the fight. If you want me to play it, and I can actually show you a clip of the fight.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is right here. Like, that's FaZe Jarvis knocking out his opponent, Timothy. Like, does this look fake to you, though?
Wait, I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, wait. I didn't click share yet.
I haven't knocked him out.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, shit.
With that one,
yeah, like
I saw this on TikTok. People been saying like FaZe Jarvis has what's called aimbot in real life and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, this doesn't look fake to me, but if you think it's fake, that's cool.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is like
a real ass.
You want to see it one more time?
Yeah.
All
right. Hit him with clean like this.
Damn, bro.
Like, and the thing I think about with FaZe Jarvis and Timothy is that they're actually friends in real life. FaZe Jarvis and Timothy, they're actually really good friends. And their beef is actually, it was fake. Like, their beef was actually really fake. FaZe Jarvis and Timothy, they were just faking their beef. But apparently, FaZe Jarvis took that to heart, something that Timothy said. And so Timothy came out in an interview and basically stated that our beef was fake, but I guess now it's real. And he said, if I have to fight him, I will fight him. But like, I had no problem. We're still friends. So like, there's no problems. But I guess I'll have to fight him if I have to fight him. So people were saying during his training, he wasn't actually taking it serious. But when you look at FaZe Jarvis is taking his training very serious. So I feel like depending on who it is, I feel like it is a money scheme just to get money. But at the same time, like FaZe Jarvis said, he wants to make a living out of it. And I feel like that's because if you don't remember who FaZe Jarvis is, he lost his Fortnite account when he did the aimbot video on his YouTube channel like a while back about, having aimbot and everything like that. And so I feel like this is a way to boost himself back into his career and get himself back on his feet when making money.
Well, what I was trying to say is, like, I don't think the fight is fake, but I just think the whole beef and like the narrative trying to create, like the whole, like, well, I don't like him, I don't fuck with him because yada yada yada. I think the fight is legit, and it's good. It's like, and they're just trying to make money off it. But I think the beef is fake, though.
I agree. I feel like some of those are actually like fake, but the Bryce Hall beef with I think what's his name again? Like I can't remember his name right now.
Come on, Austin.
Yeah, with Austin, like their beef is actually real. That's real. They both came out stating that their beef is actually real. They actually are beefing with each other, and they're using this as a way to let that aggression and anger out, to air it out basically. So that's 100% real. Stuff like that's real. But I do feel like the YouTube TikTok fight, that the whole exhibition happens tonight, I feel like that was just a money cash grab just to get people money. But I feel like that knockout was a real way of showing that some people out here are actually trying to take this fighting business serious.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You have the best boxer in the world. Like, I think he's like 42 and over some shit. He quoted and said, I think he said something about like, I'm the man who can take like money without even trying or some shit. I don't know. It's like something about him finessing people out of their money because that's what he did. And like, I think think like fights are like what he earns like 10 or 20 million off that shit.
Yeah, because it's
a good way to
Floyd
make money.
Mayweather. It's Floyd Moneymaker Mayweather. That's his name.
Yes.
But I will say the fight with Logan, it looked kind of sketch. There is a scene where he kind of got hit, and
I heard about that.
Yeah, he got knocked out a little and was holding him, but he says he didn't get knocked out, so I'm not going to talk about it. Like, he says he didn't get knocked out, he didn't get knocked out. That was his fight. That wasn't me. I was in that situation, but it looked kind of sus. That's all I got to say. But we're going to move on now to, is being called a simp a bad thing? Does anybody want to talk about that? Eddie, seems like you want to talk about it.
I mean, I just want a sense perception. I mean, not perception, but like a perspective of, you know, is being called a simp a bad thing? Bishop.
Well, I don't know. Is it being a bad thing, Ed, Bishop?
Sam?
Well, when?
Y'all calling out people.
I thought we were just calling out names. My bad.
Nah.
I mean, it kind of depends, honestly. Like, from one perspective, you're showing your girl attention, you're giving her everything that you want, you're loving her, you're pretty much putting her on a pedestal. But on the other side, like, with your friends, you're kind of neglecting them at certain times, you're kind of spending more attention with, your girlfriend more than them. So I think it can be good and it can be bad. It just depends.
Oh, so you know?
Yes, because sometimes I'm simping. I mean,
sometimes
I'm not
or most of the time. Sometimes or most of the time.
I'm not.
Tell me why.
Bro.
Tell me why.
Sam, why'd you come and sit
whenever
twice?
we playing the game?
Bro, my audio sucked. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Reagan person.
Tell me why. Whenever we playing the game, you go silent just to talk to your girl, huh?
That is true. Actually, I'm gonna let you keep talking, Ed. While you do that on a separate monitor, I'm gonna actually get something pulled up.
How does it feel now, huh? Being put on blast.
I'm not tripping about it. I mean, I know, nigga. I'm admitting it.
I mean, there's no. We can't really say anything else if he's admitting it already.
Yeah, I'm simping it. I mean,
I feel like being a simp is good to a certain extent, though. Like, you can't be simping like 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need some time off your girl. Like, I'm not just talking about you, bitch. I'm talking about like in general.
Yeah.
Like people, like guys need some time off their girls. Like, you can't stay with your girl 24/7 trying to like, live off with your girl. You know what I'm saying? You started 100%. Off independent. You should be able to.
Exactly. You have to love yourself. I feel like you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
Okay. You do know what simping really is, though. Like this is being completely honest. I'm not gonna play that clip that I have of Bishop. I feel like that's just exposing this man. I'll explain it what happened, but I feel like it's exposing. Basically, what happened is that me, Ed, and Bishop were playing the game late last night. We were finishing it off, and he's explaining that we're trying to figure out the time we're gonna start this. He basically comes on saying that I'm gonna take my painkillers because my back is gonna make me go to sleep, so I'm gonna go to sleep. And then he slipped up, muted his mic to say goodbye, good night, love you guys, and his girl came on and she said, "Babe, what are you doing?" So I was like, "Yo, Bishop, what time did you want to do the podcast again?" He was like, you just let me know.
We'll figure it out tomorrow morning, bro.
We'll figure it out tomorrow. And his girl was just, babe. And so, Ed, this was something you don't know because you got off. It's just me and Sam. Me and Sam, we're just talking. I'm just telling you what happens. And as I'm telling him what happens, Bishop comes back into the call and it states this: my girl was acting up. And so I decided to get back on the game. So I said, what happened about falling asleep? He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. He decided to get back on the game. So in my instance, that right there, Bishop, that's you simping because you went out of your way to lie to your niggas to go do something with your girl. You could have just told us you want to get off, you go play with her, you go do whatever you want with her. Just tell us, don't lie to us about it. That to me is simping. Like, you showing your love and affection for her, that's not simping. You lying about it and trying to do it on the low, that is simping to me. That right there is simping. Now, is simping bad? No, because at the end of the day, I'm a single fuck. You have a girlfriend. You're winning. But you lying about it, that's just to me, you trying to flex and like in a weird way. And it's just really, really weird. Don't lie about it. Just, embrace it. Just be like, guys, I'm not gonna get on tonight. My girl wants me to call her. I'm gonna go call my girl. Will I make fun of you? Will I call you a simp? Yes, but just know I'm just joking.
Yeah.
You're a simp, Bishop.
You're simp. Like you took it to the heart, bro.
No. I mean, I know I'm a simp.
You know you're a simp?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's really not. I feel like it has a negative connotation nowadays because TikTok, Instagram, social media.
Yes,
it has a really bad
TikTok.
connotation. Yeah.
It's mainly TikTok.
It really makes people think simping is bad, but all it is just you showing affection and love for a girl, really. As anybody has anything else to say about this?
How come we weren't invited to your house for the podcast?
All right, so let's get into this. Anyway, we're gonna move on to story time. Asking weird questions.
Saying, it would have been nice.
So you want me to fly you out? You live all the way in a disclosed location in South Korea, so you want me to fly you out?
Mm-hmm.
One day, when this blows up, one day, who knows? But we're gonna move on to story time. The story time segment this time is called a time that you've been called a simp or you made us call somebody else a simp. We're gonna start with Eddie, then Bishop, then Sam, and then we'll move on to me last since I'm the host. Eddie,
I got called a simp.
No, a time that you got called a simp or a time that you call somebody else a simp.
I mean, I don't really be yelling at people saying he's a simp unless it's like, like bitches on the game. But like, I got called a simp once.
Really?
Or twice, or a couple other times.
All right, what happened?
All right, so this was a time when my relationship back then was going downhill. Me and my ex, we were just trying to communicate over the game. This is when I was in the States.
Okay.
And every single night she'd be crying, or she'd be talking about like how her life situation is way harder than mine, so I'd have to like mute the game or mute my fucking mic just to be able to talk to her. And every single time I do, you guys are like, "Where's Ed? Where's Eddie? Oh, there he go again, being a simp." And I try coming back and coming in and out of the, game, try to communicate with you and try to communicate with my ex. But, sometimes it's hard. It's like,
But do you feel as if you were just, sorry to cut you off, but do you feel like you were, at the time, you were saying that a lot? Like you were on mute like a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, you're on mute a lot. There's a lot of times where it's just you doing this. Silent. And then we were like, what's wrong? Like you just go like, oh my gosh, she's pissing me off, bro. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, 9 times out of 10, she's actually pissing me off. Like,
yeah, I know.
It'd be on some crazy, because like sometimes she'd be talking about like how I'm on the game too much.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I haven't been on my game for about a year.
Yeah.
And now that I have quality time after work, I just want to unwind and like play with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Play with my bros.
Yeah.
I don't know why she couldn't see that in particular. Like I didn't mind having her on the FaceTime call while I'm talking to my niggas playing the game. Like I didn't care about that. But if she's over here trying to make conversation when she sees me focus on the game, it's hard for me to communicate with her and communicate with y'all and focus on the game. That's like 3 things I'm needing to multitask at the same time. But in her perspective, I'm on the game too much. In you guys' perspective, I'm simping a little bit or a little too much. So it's like too much for me to balance everything at the same time. So it's just like a little, out of pocket, out of hand.
All right. Do you feel like we took it too far calling you a simp?
No, because I know you guys were joking. Like we do the same thing to Bishop, It doesn't faze me like that. Like, you my bros, like how yeah.
All right. That was a good story. So Sam or Bishop, which one wants to go first? Well, next actually.
Bishop will go.
All right, Bishop. Bishop, a time that you've been called a simp or call somebody else a simp, actually.
Well, I mean, probably it's been a multiple times, but it doesn't really faze me. But I guess I could say like whenever I get on the game with you guys, like, I'll be playing or whatever, and I'm not really tripping about it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'll play the game with you guys for like a couple hours and like we'll be into it or whatever, and then like I'll get a call from my girlfriend and I'll put myself in mute. I'll talk to her. I'll try and multitask. I'll talk to her while I talk to you guys, and Usually I'll try and get off the game early just so I can talk to her or some shit. And you guys be like, oh, bro, whatever. But I know you guys aren't really getting pissed off about it.
No.
But yeah, just so I can talk to her. But
I mean, sometimes when we need you the most for communication or Warzone, we kind of do.
You be going AFK like when we need you. Like there's like teams on top of us in Warzone. We need you the most to communicate what's happening. You go down, and we're like, Bishop, where? Bishop, where? And then out of nowhere,
you're on the call.
Yeah, you don't even say anything, bro.
Hey, whenever you're on the call with your girl, bro, your skills, they go down. Like yesterday, we're playing Surge. If you wasn't on the call, you'd be like killing two niggas at the same time, like miraculously. But now, yesterday, you over here just running around with a gun and letting two niggas kill you. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not how Bishop plays. Like, what the fuck?
No, that's not you, bro. There be times where you
unmute your mic, bro. Come on.
Huh? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on, Bishop, hold on. What's that?
That's how you play, bro.
Oh, like a god? Yeah, I know. All right,
no.
All right.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like sometimes most of my attention will be on the game, and sometimes most of my attention will be on her. Like sometimes it'll be like that.
That's fair, actually. That's actually really fair. I get it. You know, I feel like there was a time where I was like that, but I grew out of it. Sam, is there a time that you've been called a simp? You call somebody else a simp?
Yeah, I call it two people a simp, and they're in this call.
All right, come on, hold on now. We all talked about our simp stories. You go on and talk about yours, man. But I don't think nobody ever called him a simp, though.
Because Sam doesn't simp, actually. He's actually very, he's fair with his time, actually.
He simps for me sometimes, but it's okay.
All right, pause. But
resume.
That man, his role model is Future, bro.
Speaking of Future, did you see what he posted the other night?
Yes, bro.
No.
What did he say one time? He identifies his bitches with APs. And if she ain't got no AP, that bitch is not mine. That's what it's like, bro.
I mean, do you guys follow through with that?
Huh?
Do you follow through with that?
Obviously, we don't.
Nah, nigga. I'm not like that.
I mean, I feel like...
I can pull up what Future said, actually, about his text. I'm going to pull it up right now on the second screen. And we look at this together. He said, she's okay, he's right here. I don't know what she said, but she said something. And then he says, I have my son today, but I'm a break away to come see you for a sec. She says, okay, cool. He tells her to get sexy. We know what that means. She says, I'm sorry, I'm not even on that type of time. I want to chill tonight. He's obviously, right here. You can tell he's kind of annoyed right here. So he says, catch you another time. No worries. She said, you ain't coming here? And then that's when he says, you playing SMH. That tells you Mr. Future he's not playing it. Like, no, good night, love. Good love. He's not playing that. Like, Future, as I said, this man's a menace to society. Like, I'm not
gonna read that right now.
Future's a menace to society, bro. Like, Future is the type of guy, like, he knows what he wants, because as you can tell, like, he's lived for his life for a minute. Like, he's up there, that status of his how famous he is. He can get who he wants when he wants. So he doesn't
be straight up too.
Yeah, he doesn't need to play around. He doesn't need to beat around the bush. He can get straight to it. That gets into my whole topic about LA and Miami girls, about how they're different from, girls in all the other states. Because LA girls, they talk to guys that are like high profile, like rich niggas. Like, they talk to high profile rich niggas. They just are willing to pay for sex, and instead of like, doing the casual wine and dine, let me get to know you, let me take you on a date, let me get to do this, let me do this, and I'll take you back to my bedroom or your bedroom, and then we'll get sex. LA niggas and Miami niggas, they're so easy to just buy a Birkin bag, drop a rack on her, and just boom. That's just that. Future has mastered the game so much that she belongs to the streets is such a popular meme that it's just any girl that doesn't go your way, she belongs to the streets. Simple. But getting back on subject, is that all you had to say about a time that you've been called a simp, Sam, even though you've never been called a simp before?
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Like, I have a funny story about Bishop, but that's about it.
Share it. We're all here for the stories. This is story time. Share the story.
I think it was the same story that you were going to tell. You remember when we were all in the game, we were all chilling, and we were playing. I think we were playing Warzone, And out of nowhere, this man Bishop, like all you hear is like, "Do you love me, babe?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Out of
crazy.
nowhere, bro.
And
I kid you
and
not.
the thing is, he tried to play it off too because he quickly went on mute.
Yeah,
I
he
was
did
like,
mute
bro,
up
it's too
fast.
late.
No, remember the time Bishop was on the game with us, and his girl texts it. No, his girl's on the game, like on the mic or whatever. And all you hear this man say is, "Babe, am I a good boyfriend?" And you can hear her say, "Yeah, you're a good boyfriend. You're a good boyfriend." Like,
So what
bro,
came to the conclusion if you ask him that?
what
I
made
don't know, I
you
just want to
ask
make
me?
sure. I just want to make sure I'm doing good and making my girlfriend happy. You know.
This right here, this is why black men don't cheat. Yeah, amen. But I'm gonna wrap it up with my story, and we can move on. There are instances where I can admit I was simping before simping was even a word. There was this one girl back sophomore year. We'll call her, Installation. Yeah, her name was Installation. Me and Installation, we were talking for a bit. I will say I was in the wrong. She did have a nigga, and I was on some demon hours back then. The S did not stand for soul state, it stood for savage. I didn't care. I just wanted her, and she told me, she fed me into believing that she wanted me to. So I gave her so much time, attention that I wanted to be with her. And she convinced me to keep, wanting to pine for her, that she was gonna leave him eventually one day for me. It got to the point where, I took me to hear it from other people, and for her to like eventually move, for me to understand she didn't want me the same way. It took her to finally break up with them, and for them to break up, and for me to go to Japan. Crazy thing is, I was in Japan. I'm in Japan. I'm in a group chat with Eddie and Installation. We're texting here and that and the third. I'm texting Installation in my own chat or whatever. I'm in Japan with my family. It's like winter break. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying Japan. I'm buying things. I'm buying things for Eddie and his family. I'm coming back to Korea. I'm back in Korea now. I just landed in Korea. Next day, out of nowhere, I get a text saying, "Said, can you call?" This is a friend called Jajamyeon. Yeah, she decides to ask me, does she want to call? So I call her. I'm like, yeah, what's good, Jajamyeon? She's like, said, I have some news. Like, you want to sit down and like be alone for me? She said no. They deadass had sex. I was like, damn. It took that to find out that they had sex to really hurt me here, and that hit different because like just the day before she told me when we get back to school next week we were gonna start dating. So that really hit different for me, and it just made me hit different. And then like I called her after she moved and left from Korea. I called her, right, and we were just catching up and talking, me and Installation, and she was like, "It's all because I apologize for like ruining her relationship because I just felt like I ruined it. So I apologize for it. She said, it's all good. You were immature back then. You were really immature." I was like, "Oh, I was immature." She's like, "Yeah, you were really immature." I was like, "Oh, it's whatever. It's whatever." So then I asked her like, what about you, Installation? Like, have you like, done, like the deed? She told me, deadass, no,
Oh, so she's
I have
tapping.
not had sex before. So I told Installation that Jojo told me you had sex over winter break back when we were talking. She said, I didn't. I told her. I looked at her in FaceTime. I told her, I know you had sex with your ex while y'all were broken up and you were talking to me. And I said, I didn't do nothing. She said, I was in the wrong. I said, I didn't do nothing to you. You played my heart, you played my emotions, and you had sex with your ex. And after that, I never simped a day in my life again. Mm-mm. Are there times where I'm like giving a girl too much attention? Sure, but I never would go that far for a girl ever again. No. After what Installation did, never again, bro. Like, no, like that just hit so different after finding out that a girl that I liked for so long and finally was about to actually obtain and able to be with had sex with her ex the week before we got week before we were finna get together. That really like it hit me different, bro. Oh, did I tell you about the time where like this one girl, I'll call her Salada. Yeah, she lived in Seoul. I was texting her when I was in the States, and yeah, she lived in like Seoul. And so we're texting here and there, and then like she was texting me kind of weird. So I was like, why is she texting me so weird? So I was asking like, why are you texting me? We're like, why are you moving so weird? And you know what she told me? She told me she was texting me like this because she wanted me to simp for her. Like she deadass said she likes it when niggas simp for her.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
yeah,
told me
yeah.
about that one.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she wanted me to basically simp for her. Like she wanted me to actually go all out of my way to do the most for her and make sure like, you know, I gave her all my time, my attention. And I didn't like that, bro. Like I told her like, I'm not gonna simp for you. That's not my nature. I'm not a simp. She said, really? I feel like you're a simp though. That irked me. So I was like, I'm not a simp. I'm not finna simp for you.
Wait. Quick question.
Yeah.
Bishop, where'd you go?
Yeah. Yeah, where
I
you
was
going,
checking. I was checking what time it is. My phone's on.
You could slide it down though.
Yeah, you can.
You could have
You
just
just slide it
Where you
down.
going, man?
You just like you left the call and everything, bro. Where'd you go?
Bishop, did your girl call you during
No,
this
I
podcast?
swear she did not. No, I swear she didn't.
I believe.
Yeah, I believe you. Because if she did, we would have seen you for like 30 minutes.
That's like 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good podcast. I'm actually glad I had y'all on as my first podcast. Like, you know, people I was gonna be interviewing. Anything y'all want to shout out or anything like that?
Nothing, to be honest. Just watch this nigga's podcast, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This nigga goofy as hell.
Y'all are
Go
some little
subscribe
ones.
and go subscribe to Sed's vids too.
Bro,
I don't know a said vids. I just want to put that out there. There's no such thing as a said vids out there. Don't go looking for it.
That video is gone, bro. That video was long gone.
that whole channel's going, I think.
What channel? There's no such thing. There's no channel. There's no channel. Anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up here for this podcast. This is the Overthinker, and tune in next time.